Well, hello and welcome to Canadian Profits TV. My name is Dave Dubeau and I'm your host. I want to wish everyone out there a very, very happy Canada Day. Today's the 30th of June. Tomorrow is Canada Day. Have a great celebration. Enjoy it. This is a phenomenal country. I certainly have learned how to appreciate it a lot after living overseas for over 10 years. There's no place like Canada. Anyhow, what's on tap for this week's episode? Well, for our business breakthroughs, we're going to be talking about managing your cash flow. For our real estate tips, we're going to be doing part 2 of our sweet deals with Bruce Hinton. And for our mindset minute, we're going to be talking about a big myth, and that's the easy button myth. Stay tuned. All right, so for today, for our business breakthroughs, I want to talk about managing cash flow. So this is something near and dear to my heart because I'm starting to do that much more actively myself. As you know, if you've been in business for yourself for a while or you're thinking about getting into business, there are ebbs and waves and highs and lows anytime you're in a business situation. So sometimes it's great, sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not so great. So when it's in one of those not so great or okay situations, you really need to start paying attention to managing your cash flow. So there's basically 2 things you definitely want to focus on. And that is, number 1, reducing your expenses. When things are going really, really well, we tend to bring on more things, more subscriptions, more services, more products, more staff, a lot more things than we might actually really need to run a super lean, mean, efficient business. So when you're getting into tight times or you're going through a bit of a lull, you need to definitely keep an eye on your expenses and reduce them as much as possible. The next thing you want to do is control your expenses. So those things that you do need and you have to keep going for your business, you want to make sure that you're not overpaying for them. So if you've got suppliers that you're using over and over again and you've kind of got lackadaisical and complacent with them, you might want to check out getting some other quotes, getting some other feedback from some other suppliers to make sure you're not overpaying for what you're already getting. Same goes with your utility bills and whatnot. You want to really keep an eye on those kind of things to make sure that you're not getting overcharged. So that's a couple of ideas of how you can manage your cash flow, and that's your business breakthrough for this week. All right, here we are again with another one of our real estate tips. Back again with our good friend Bruce Hinton. How are you doing today, Bruce?
Very well, Dave. Thank you.
Glad to have you back. So last week we were talking about sweet deals because that's what Bruce focuses on. He finds single-family houses, buys them, suiteable single-family houses, buys them, puts a suite in it, and increases the cash flow and the revenues and the value from those properties. So last week Bruce told us a little bit about that and what kind of properties he's looking for. So Bruce, can you tell us a little bit about when you buy a property and you put a suite into it, how much does that cost, first of all, typically? I know every property is going to be different, but on average for you, what does it cost to put a suite in a property? How much does it cost?
Okay, well, it depends on the basement finishing and all kinds of different factors, but basically you're looking at anywhere between $5,000 up to close to $20,000 to put an additional suite in a property.
Would you say $20,000 is probably a safe for like a guy that can barely use a hammer like me, who's not going to do anything himself? How much would it cost to put a suite on it?
Yeah, towards 20.
About 20?
Towards 20,000. For
me, probably closer to 25, 30.
Could be.
If you know what you're doing, let's say 15 to 20.
Sure.
All right, so you put the suite in, and traditionally, how much does that investment, the 15 to 20 grand, how much does that increase the value of the property right off the bat, or does it?
Well, it does in a sense, but it doesn't increase it too much more than what you've already put into it. But the key is that it brings up the cash flow. So you can secondary suites in our area are renting for anywhere between $800 to $1,100. So you can increase the cash flow by that much per month, and then additionally, like we spoke last week, garage, a couple $100 extra per month. So all that adds up to, over $1,000 in additional revenue for the single family house.
So let's just say for simple numbers, let's say the property cost 250 grand in the first place, kind of a reasonable amount for here in Kamloops, maybe.
Lower end, but yeah,
lower end.
A little higher.
And you put $20,000 into putting a suite into it, so let's say we're up to $270,000. The values might not be much more than that, so it might actually just be worth 270, 275. But the big difference is in the monthly cash flow. So you're getting an extra $1,000 a month revenue that you wouldn't have been getting otherwise.
That's right.
That's what it's all about. Now, how long do you typically, what's your long-term strategies with these? Are they buy and holds? How long do you hold on to them for?
They're buy and hold, and we hold them for at least 5 to 7 years. And what we're doing there, we've got the cash flow maximized, properties looking after itself, and then some, paying a property manager, putting money in our pocket each month, and then we wait for the market to increase. Every 7 to 10 years, there's a significant increase in the market. So we wait for the single-family housing market to take off, and that's when we unload it.
Sounds good. So you got mortgage pay down in the meantime, you've got increased cash flow,
Yeah.
you've increased the value of the property a bit, wait for the S curve to be in your favor, you sell it, and you get a great capital gain.
Yeah, you can go on a vacation.
There you go, Mexico, right?
Yep, mostly.
All right, thanks a lot, Bruce. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dave.
Take care. All right, and for today's Mindset Minute, I want to talk about a big myth. That's the easy button myth. All of us have been fed this. All of us hear this all the time, that we should be looking for a life of comfort and leisure. We should be looking for the easy way to do things. We typically buy stuff that's offering us an easier way to do stuff. That's all good, that's fine, but the truth of the matter is, I haven't seen any really easy way of being successful and making money. Just haven't found it yet. Maybe I haven't looked in the right places, but I've looked a lot of places, tried a lot of things. Bottom line is this: it's never really all that easy. You have to put a lot of effort into things in order to get the results that you're looking for. I think the key is to really enjoy what it is that you're doing. Then it feels easy. You're still working hard, but you're enjoying what you're doing, and that makes it feel a lot easier. So don't always be looking for the easy button. If you're doing something that's a real drudge for you, that's really no fun whatsoever, I'd suggest, instead of trying to find the easy button for that, find something that you really do enjoy doing and focus all of your attention and all of your energy on that and work your buns off. That's your Mindset Minute for this week. Well, thanks again for tuning in to this week's episode of Canadian Profits TV. Love your comments, love your questions, love your suggestions. Go ahead, put them in at the bottom down below. If you've got questions, send them to marketing@canadianprofits.ca. And just a reminder, we're getting set here very quickly to put on our Real Estate Peak Performers Bootcamp, Multifamily Investing and Property Management Bootcamp in July in Edmonton. You can check that all out at CanadianProfitsTraining.com. For next week, for our business breakthrough, we're going to be talking about creating your own economic reality, your own recession-proof reality. For our real estate tip, I'm going to be sharing one of my rapid selling tips. If you've got a property that you're trying to sell quickly for top dollar, especially in a soft market, you'll definitely want to hear that tip. And for our Mindset Minute, I'm going to be talking about not being a know-it-all. Have a great week. Enjoy the following video, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Canadian Profits is awesome. It makes me wish I was a Canuck myself. If you aren't a member already, go ahead and click on one of the banners on the side and take a test drive today. What are you, daft? Go click on the banner and take a test drive.